Hey guys, Coach Jonny Carter with the Chicago Fire. Have another English Premier League opinions piece for world-class coaching. Another fantastic weekend of Premier League football. Some fantastic games, a lot of controversy. Very, very interesting. Top of the table, particularly the top four spots, incredibly interesting. But for me, what was most interesting over the course of the weekend is this relegation battle that is hotting up. Over the course of Saturday and Sunday and even Monday, I don't know, there must have been like 3, 4, 5 different teams in that relegation place. One team winning, getting themselves out. Another team winning, getting themselves out. A lot of changing hands of those relegation places. Incredibly interesting. So, who is going to get relegated? At the start of the season, I said Huddersfield, Brighton, and Burnley. Okay, Burnley, I don't think are now contenders for relegation. They've had a wonderful season despite a little bit of a wobble in recent weeks. So here, who is going to go down? So I printed off the Premier League table. Going to have a little look maybe from halfway down and see who, with a few games remaining of the season, who is going for the drop. And let's see if you agree with me. Okay, so let's start at the very bottom. West Brom, not a great result on Monday against Chelsea. They have 20 points. I think they're going to need maybe 40 points to stay in a division. I can't see them gaining another 20 points. They just don't score enough goals. They don't have enough strikers or enough fit strikers. West Brom, for me, I think are certain to go down. So that's one. All right, let's see who was potentially going down, but I don't think is anymore. Well, Burnley, I think they're certainly safe. Great season for them. Next batch. Leicester, Everton, Bournemouth. I think these guys have done enough to keep themselves in a division, or I think they certainly will do. Leicester, 35 points. Everton, 34 points. Bournemouth, a little bit of drift on 31. I still think these guys can find the 9 points, 8 points, 7 points, whatever they need over the course of the remaining games to stay in a division. And I just think there's too many teams below them for them to be genuine relegation candidates. So I think those guys are safe. I'm going to throw in Watford and West Ham. Both of these guys on 30 points. I think that, again, that they can get those 3 wins and a draw, probably secure those 10 points that are going to keep them in a division. So I think those guys are safe. So we're going from 13th place down. Newcastle down to 19th, which is Stoke. Who out of these teams, Brighton, Palace, Swansea, Huddersfield, Southampton and Stoke, are going for the drop? Well, a lot of these teams have had change of manager, change of luck. Some of these teams, even the ones higher up the table, they were in relegation threat and have got themselves out of it. But I think the teams that cannot score enough goals are the guys that are going to be in trouble. So despite Huddersfield and Brighton having good runs at the moment, good victories on the weekend, scored some goals, I still think these guys are going to be a little bit short come the end of the season. I think Crystal Palace and Newcastle have done enough and shown enough that they'll be able to dig themselves out of a hole. Not guaranteed, not by any stretch, but I think that they can. Swansea City, remarkable turnaround. Fantastic. Playing some decent football at the moment, scoring goals and winning games. Quite how, I'm not 100% sure, but they're doing it. So I think they'll dig themselves out. Southampton, despite the fact that they don't win too many games and they don't score too many goals, I just look at their squad and think, this is a decent bunch of players. They should be able to get himself out of trouble here. And I think that they will. So the team that I think is maybe in the most danger is Stoke. For some reason, I just can't see them winning enough games to truly get themselves safe until the end of the season. But I still think that they will. I think somehow they'll find that extra goal, that extra win, dig themselves out of trouble, and they will stay safe. But I think it will go to the very end of the season, and I don't think it will be a foregone conclusion at all that they'll be safe. I think they'll be in the mire all the way through to the very end. But what I'm going with is West Brom, I think, are doomed for sure. I'm going to go for Huddersfield. I think they're going to finish 19th. Relegation, I'm afraid. And a bit of a wild card maybe, given their results on the weekend and in recent games. I'm still going for Brighton. I think they'll end up in that 18th spot. I think they'll get relegated, but I don't think by much. And then I'm going for Stoke just above them. I think this is going to go down to the wire. I think it's going to go down to the very last game of the season. And I think it's going to be incredibly interesting. So let's see what happens. If you guys agree, let us know. If you disagree, let us know. If you're one of these teams that I say is safe and you don't think so, write a comment. If you're a fan of one of these teams that I've just said I think is going to be doomed and you disagree, let us know. Always happy to have the conversation. Always want to read the comments. So thanks very much for listening, guys, and we'll speak again soon. Bye now.